If you like the content we bring you about the heavy metal world, please like, subscribe, and comment to help us grow the channel.
You're all right?
Yeah, well, you know, considering the things around here that have been happening. Fortunately, I went to L.A. for 6 weeks to do the record with Glenn, and that fucking came out brilliant.
Yeah, of course. Good timing.
Well, I was leaving the day of the Trade Center bombing.
Really?
I was going on a plane at 2 o'clock, and they canceled everything.
Oh my
so
God.
I couldn't get out till 4 days afterwards. I could have been one of the terrorists on the planes, you know? Could have been me.
I'm glad you were not there.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay, I know you're about to record, or you're in the middle of recording of a new album, but let's focus on your last solo effort first, your new album, Slam.
Okay.
This is a bit more heavy and maybe a bit more 70s hard rock inspired.
It is.
Maybe.
It is.
Was that a conscious thing for you?
Oh, totally conscious. Totally conscious. I wanted to make a stripped down, in your face, piss ass rock and roll, dry, you know, no big harmonies, no, not really, just one song. Always Tomorrow has a few harmonies on it. This is really in your face kind of hard rock, big riffs, guitar riffs. You know, something that like Rainbow or Deep Purple would have done had they been alive today. Because in my opinion, Deep Purple is not alive today. It is something else. I don't believe they sound like Deep Purple anymore.
No.
I just think they sound like something else.
They really do. They really
do. So that's fine. They want to go a direction. But nobody's doing this. And the reason why I did this was because also Akira Kajiyama, he grew up on this rainbow, purple, Malmsteen sound, and he can duplicate it but not really imitate it.
Sure.
You understand? It sounds like that era, and it sounds like something Richie might want to do or Malmsteen might want to do, but at the same time, it's its own thing.
Would you care to join one of these bands again? I mean, you've been the vocalist in several big acts in the past, like Rainbow and Deep Purple. If you had the offer, could you join one of those bands again?
Well, it would all depend, obviously, because there's a lot of water under the bridge, you know. But I would love to get together with Richie. Richie and I never had a problem. Richie and I always had a respect and a mutual admiration. We tried to call him last summer because, you know, a group of Rainbow alumni, you know, Dave Rosenthal, myself, Chuck Berge, and we couldn't get through because his mother-in-law, whoever she is, manages him now and the daughter, and I think that she's protecting the daughter's career. That's the only thing we can think.
Yeah.
So I don't think he ever got the message.
All right. But you still keep busy all the time. I mean, you just released your new solo album, and now you have just recorded or are in the middle of recordings.
Finished.
You're finished recording a new album with Glenn Hughes.
Yeah.
Tell us about this project.
Well, it's called HTP, Hughes Turner Project, and as simple as that. And we have recorded, I think, some of the most brilliant music that I've heard in a long time. I have to say that originally we started out to be like maybe Purple, Rainbow, you know, stay in the hard rock blues vein, and all of a sudden it takes on its own life, and it has its own sound. Yes, we have the hard rock big choruses. Yes, we have the strong guitars, but we also have metal funk. We also have strange artistic type of tracks. We have like one epic track called On the Ledge that is just going to blow people's minds. I mean, it's just such a musical endeavor, a musical work with the two singers trading back and forth. You know, we used one microphone. You know, they originally had two set up, and we said no. And we did it live. Like, I would sing into it, lean, and then Glenn would lean, and we would be jumping into each other, and it was just amazing. It's a very live feel, yet at the same time, the playing is amazing. So in my opinion, has exceeded my expectations of what it was supposed to be. It turned into a completely different monster.
Is this a good timing for you? Shouldn't you be focusing on your latest solo album and promote that?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I was originally supposed to do the HTP project before my solo album, and Glenn got all screwed up with management in Germany, which I won't go into how pissed off I was about that, but this was the only time that we could do it. Now, am I focusing on Slam? You better believe I'm still focusing on Slam. This is the most important thing. This is what this this interview is supposed to be about. I mean, you can ask me anything you want, but at the same time, it's about Slam. Do I want to go on tour for Slam? We were trying to work something out with MTM. However, I am not 20 years old anymore, and I will be completely straight with you. I am not going to do 4 or 5 nights in a row with my type of... I mean, if you sing like Lemmy, it's one thing. But when you're at the top of your range all the time, and you're singing power and emotionally like I do, I need 3, tops 4 in a row. I cannot do 5 in a row. I cannot live on some bus like I'm a 19-year-old kid anymore. I'm not trying to be a rock diva, but I am trying to retain the integrity and the quality of whatever show I do. I am not going out and make some fool of myself because I'm freezing in the back of some van or some bus, you know, in the middle of fucking Europe, you know, with the snow coming down in the middle of the Alps, and that I can't perform well. I mean, I'm all about making a show properly. If we could have come out in the spring and do this, it would have been another situation because the weather breaks. It's a much easier time to do a very rough schedule the way they're proposing. They've got so much interest, it ranges from Ireland all the way down to Spain and everywhere in between. So it's like, I don't know, 8 or 10 countries, you know, 4 or 5 weeks constantly on the road. And I just said to my manager, look, there's no way I'm going to keep the integrity of the shows at this pace. There's no way. I'm in good shape, but at the same time, my craft, my show is a very, very strong, difficult show. It is not an easy one to perform. So I'm trying to retain artistic integrity. Now, I'm still trying to work it out with the record companies and the promoters where I can come in and do 3 days here, 4 days there, and so on. I'm still trying to get that to happen. That would not be impossible. But to throw me on some bus in the middle of winter, nah, Joe Lynn Turner don't have to do that. Now, what I want to do is get out to my fans, but I'm not going to bring my fans shit. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fall down on this one.
Of course.
Now, if we have to wait until the spring breaks and the Hughes Turner Project goes out, well, then you're going to get double your money because you're going to get Slam, you're going to get Glenn, you're going to get me, you're going to get HTP. You're going to get a 2.5 hour show that's just going to knock your fucking socks off. So whether I do it now or later, it's going to happen and happen very soon. So make no mistake. But yes, of course I'm focused on it. But sometimes timetables just do not permit, you know, there's only so much time and there's only so many windows of opportunity, and we had to take our windows of opportunity in order to complete these projects. And when you hear this, I think you're going to feel that it's worth it. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep integrity of performance, and I'm not going to sacrifice that. I am not trying to be a rock star or a diva at all. I'm trying to be I'm not looking for, you know, 4-star hotel rooms or any of that. What I am looking for is a fucking bed and a shower. That would help, right?
You've been involved in a lot of records throughout your career. When you do gigs today, do you perform songs from all the eras of your vocal career?
Yes, in certain situations, of course. You have to. The crowd is screaming for them. You know, I mean, you'll hear it come through the audience in many different, you know, one from Mounts, then from Purple, then from Rainbow, then from Solo, then from here. And you have to. And now that's why I'm saying, you know, if I go out there, that's what's going to happen. They're going to have to hear something from everything.
It must be hard to pick out the tracks.
It's incredibly hard, and in order to make everyone at least somewhat satisfied, you have to do a 2.5 hour show. It's like, it's a long haul.
Are you working on other projects right now? I mean, besides this new Slam record, of course, and the project with Glenn Hughes?
No, I'm not doing, thankfully, any more writing. I must have written 40 or 50 songs in the last 6 months. Yeah. It's unbelievable. I finally have a break, but now I'm doing South America next week with the Voices of Classic Rock. So I'll be down there for 2 weeks doing big stadiums and things like that, which is fantastic because I can do my 5-6 songs at the top of my game, you know, go to a hotel room, take a hot shower, rest my neck and throat, you know what I mean? Yeah. Take it easy, have a decent meal, drink a glass of wine, and do it again the next day.
Seems like you're quite happy about your situation right now, but what do you consider the best period of your career so far? I mean, you've been around for many years, and you've done so much interesting with different bands. Is it possible to pick out one era, one period of time that was the best ever?
Well, You know, I mean, there's no topping the fact when I came from, you know, Fandango, which was an RCA recording band who was really struggling, and then got into Rainbow. I mean, that was the lift. That was the step up. And there's never, you know, that was the long kick to goal. You know what I mean? That was from midfield. That was the moment where people just went crazy. So I always look back at that as one really big moment in my life, because that was the jumping board. You know, that's where I took the parachute dive out of the airplane, and it was unbelievable. And it started everything right up into this point. So I'd have to look at that particular meeting with Richie and getting into Rainbow, and that was just the exciting part of the whole thing, where finally everything was coming together in my life.
If you like the content we bring you about the heavy metal world, please like, subscribe, and comment to help us grow the channel.